Hi, my YouTube family. I feel like it's been quite some time since I've created a video for you guys on here, but I miss you guys, and we're gonna come back on here and talk, of course, success in real estate and also entrepreneurship. And today we're talking about money blocks and success blocks. You've heard me, if you watched my other videos, talk a lot about success blocks, many different success blocks that will block you to achieving success. Here's the thing. If other people are successful, then that means you can be successful too. If other people are making millions of dollars in your industry, that means you can do it too. What makes you any different from that person and you? And that's the question you have to ask yourself, because you can sit here and say, like, I don't have their personality, I don't have their character, or I don't have their resources. And there's all of these different things that you can say, but really it comes down to confidence blocks. It comes down to people pleasing, not standing in your power, asking for what you want and asking for money. And it comes down to putting yourself out there and actually wanting to be successful. And that's what we're going to dive into right now. And then we'll start talking about money blocks. But the resistance to be successful is more prominent than you would think. I did a group coaching with real estate agents the other day, and we were unlayering and unlayering and unlayering, like, what are your blocks? Why? What's standing between you and your goals, right? Some agents want to close multi-millions of deals this year, or they want to make $1 million, or they want to make 100,000, or some people just want to sell a few homes. It's their side business, or whatever it might be. What's standing between you and those goals? Because there's a lot of action that you can take, but you're not taking the action. You're procrastinating, you're avoiding, or you're distracting yourself. And here are a few things that came up that I want to share with you. One girl actually said, I can't fathom the feeling of being in the skin of a wealthy, successful person. Let me tell you why. One, because you've never been that. It's unfamiliar, it's different, it's new. You haven't done the mindset work to actually be able to feel what that might feel like, so then you can manifest it in the external world. So that's a big one. Two is you've not really grown up around it if you haven't seen it. I know for me, that took me a while to come to. I grew up with a single mom. We didn't really have much money. And so I really thought in my mind, like, success isn't for me. But then I created this entire life, and I made it possible for me because I pushed myself to those points mentally and even internally, physically in my body, and made myself feel what it would feel like to be successful. And then I embodied those feelings. I integrated safety in that, because when your comfort zone is being poor, or being in a lack, or being restricted with money, or worrying about money all of the time, then that is your comfort zone. You probably think it's like unsafe or uncharted territory in your mind to be somewhere else, right? And so you want to come to a place where you can actually start to feel that, start to embody that. And then the next one is you feel you're not worthy of it. Money is a strong energy. Success is a strong energy. When you're successful, you raise your vibrations. When you're successful, you take up more space. And if you have this deep subconscious belief that you're not worthy of taking up more space, if you're not worthy of being put out there in the forefront, and you're not worthy of being chosen to be worked with, chosen to be answered of the phone calls, and chosen to give your money to, right? For clients to give their money to you, then there's always going to be this invisible barrier. Money is literally right here. Success is literally right here, but you won't let it come. And so these are a lot of the blocks that I work with on the day-to-day. And when you work with the internal blocks, I tell you, this is the reason my team in real estate was so successful. This was the reason I was so successful in real estate and now as an entrepreneur, is because I work on my internal blocks. Because the external world is super easy to navigate when you open up your mind, and when you unblock all of these blocks, so that you can have a new perspective and you can have this new found motivation and confidence that just makes navigating the external world so easy. And it's you want to take the opportunities. You want to learn more. You want to grow. You want to get up early. You want to do all of these things because Those blocks that have been weighing you down are no longer there. So do the work. This is a lot of what we do in my one-on-one coaching, but also in my group mastermind. I have a group filled of real estate agents who we work on this every single week. And I tell you, just like how I train my team, like when you train yourself and your mindset and in all of this inner work, it just gets so easy. You don't care about the rejection when it comes to making the phone calls anymore. You don't care about what other people think of you anymore. You are doing this for the mission and for the purpose of helping people find their dream home because you want to find your dream home one day, or you love your dream home so much. These are the reasons that you do it, and this is your coffee in the morning. This is why you wake up. And we move through all of this, and it's so important to get involved in a group or find a brokerage or get the coaching and get the support so that you can be successful. And let me tell you another block, and this isn't to sell you. And even if I am selling you, I hope you enjoy being sold if you are a salesperson and you appreciate a good sale, because that's another thing. If you are always shying away from being sold, or I hate being sold, then do not be a salesperson. You need to embrace and also learn from other salespeople when they sell. But this really isn't to sell you, because what I'm going to tell you is super important, because it's just another behavior pattern that comes up. And it is that when you have the money or have the confidence that you can make the money back, so you put it on a credit card, and you're getting ready to buy a course, or you're getting ready to get involved in one-on-one coaching, group coaching, something of the sort, if you have the money or know you're going to be able to pay that money back, you're not going far beyond your means, and you don't buy a program that you know is going to push you forward in life, propel you, make you a better person. You know this program's for you. You thought about it 1, 2, 3 times. You already know it's a match. And you don't do it. That is a sabotage. If you're sitting here like, I need support, I'm stuck, and you don't get the support and stay stuck, then that's self-sabotage. That is you fearing success because you're making a decision to choose to stay in your comfort zone and stay stuck versus move towards success. You'll hear every successful person say the same thing, is that I spent thousands of dollars on my self-development. I spent thousands of dollars on courses. I spent thousands of dollars on coaches. You'll hear that because that's how they got to where they are. I did the same. Therapy, coaches, programs, you name it. I did the same because I had to learn from somebody who had what I needed. And then once I had that, I made more money, I was more successful, and then I went on and I grabbed the next thing. So don't sabotage yourself. That is a big way in which people block themselves from being successful. And as we talk about spending money, I want to merge into that topic. Money. Money is such a powerful energy. It is so powerful and it is so strong. And there's so many places I want to go with this, but right now we're going to start with the fact that money is good. Money is energy. Money pushes people to contribute to the world in a positive way. The only thing is that there can be bad people with money. Money is not bad, it's the person behind the money. Here are some of the things that come up that I see. Who am I going to be with money? If I have too much money, I'm just going to be like one of those people my parents used to talk about, the yuppies or the rich people or the people they all talked poorly about. That's a big one that comes up. Money is bad. My parents fought about money all the time. I see people fight about money. More money, more problems. All of these limiting beliefs in our system. But money, and that takes some time and that takes healing. That takes work. I've worked with tons of money blocks. I love doing money blocks. They're super easy and quick to break and to pull out and really easy to shift. Because the new mindset is money is good. More money in the hands of good people makes the world a better place. The more money that you have, the more that means that you are contributing. It is a mirror to your contribution. The more you contribute, the more money you're going to have. The more you contribute in a way that really helps people, the more money you're going to have. Because the universe is going to give you that money so that you can keep moving with that mission. So that you can keep investing. You can keep growing. Money raises your vibration. It is good. It is good for you. And the more money you make, the more money you also need to spend. It's a circulation. If you're just sitting on your money and you're always worried about it, you're going to go broke one day. And even if you don't actually go broke in your bank account, you feel broke. I was one of those people where I was super anxious with my money and I held it all and I held it really tight and I suffocated it. And then I stopped making money and I didn't realize like what's going on. I was blocking the flow of my income because I was sitting on a huge savings and I wasn't contributing to other people's services as I would have liked others to contribute to my service. Imagine this. Imagine being in a relationship where somebody gives love and does everything for this person over and over and over and over and over, and you just give in that relationship, but they never give anything back. How one-sided does that relationship become? That's like you receiving money, just taking from the universe. I'm just going to keep taking. I'm just going to keep taking it. And then you don't give anything back to others. But people are paying for your services, but you don't want to pay for other people's services. You don't want to give money to other people. And you may be sitting here and be like, well, I really don't have any money. I don't have enough money for my bills. I don't have enough money for X, Y, and Z. How do I spend money to keep this circulating? You can spend a very small amount of money. You can drop a quarter in somebody who's playing music on the street in their little box. Or there's little ways to contribute. But there's also many other ways to make and create money. And if you're feeling blocked in how to do that, or if you're taking action, but nothing's really happening, then you need to create a new relationship with money. My biggest suggestion, I have all my clients do it. Write a letter to money. Dear money. As if money were a person. Dear money, this is how I feel about you. This is me expressing all of my feelings to you and my emotions to you. That will help you understand what your relationship with money is. Once you've understood your relationship with money, you can start to understand how you've been treating it. And the way that you need to treat it is with love and kindness and appreciation. So appreciate all that you have right now. Raise your vibration. And let me also tell you the biggest thing I learned in life. More money comes with more happiness and joy. And if you have a bad relationship with happiness and joy, there's going to be a lot going on there that you're going to have to fix, or you're going to have to work around. Because the happier you are, the more joy you're feeling, the higher the vibration, the more money will come in. That's one thing. 2, how are you asking for money? And how much doubt do you have when you ask for money? I want to make $10,000 this month. And then your thought follows up with, well, I don't know how I'm going to make that happen. Well, you just canceled your order. You just canceled out that energy. You literally, like there's a running hose and the water's flowing out of it. You just put a knot in it. Watch your doubt around wanting things. I am going to make $10,000 this month. When the self-doubt comes up, you need to get rid of that. And if they don't stop, that means there's some healing that needs to be done. That means there's something that lives in your body that keeps causing that self-doubt thought. It can be rewired, but sometimes these blocks run a bit deeper. Childhood, past experiences, past relationships for some people. And that's when the healing needs to take place, because those situations need to leave the body, clear your energy, so then you can call in that energy, that money. So when you are asking for money, or when you are stating, I will make $10,000 this month, watch your follow-up thought. And if your follow-up thought is, yeah, but I don't know how I'm going to do that, or that's never going to happen, then you have a fear of being disappointed, which a lot of people do, right? I expected this to happen and it didn't, and I don't want to get my hopes up. What would life be if we didn't dream and hope and get our hopes up and have desires? Desires are good. That came up also in the group coaching that I did with real estate agents. I said, what are your goals? She said, I don't like to set goals because I don't like to put a cap on it, but I also don't like to get myself too excited. What? How do you not have goals? How do you not have weekly goals, monthly goals? What do you even know? How do you know what to aim for, but how do you also not know your Like that's your directional compass. Like when I set a goal for $10,000 this month and I make a little less, okay, that's my direction as to like, what else do I need to do? How else do I need to contribute to make that goal? If you make over that, then wonderful. You think you won't make more? Of course you will. Of course it's possible. You get to decide how much you'd like to contribute and how much you'd like to receive. But if you set an amount, you don't need to get disappointed or have this expectation hangover if it doesn't happen. You have to ask yourself why and let it give you direction and learn from it. That's the shift. That's where it happens. That's where you're able to cultivate that joy and that happiness, that excitement for the things that you do every day. Okay, yes, I have an answer. Oh, but I didn't get $10,000 this month. I'm done. Really? We need to hope, and we need to dream, and we need to dream really freaking big. And we don't need to set these catastrophic, like if you're only making $3,000 a month and then you set it for $50,000 this month. I think there is a point to where you need to understand how much you've created or how much you've put out there, how much you've built, as to how much you can receive a return from. Unless you're going to build out this big system that's going to make you $50,000 in a month and you know it's possible, then sure. But sometimes it takes a bit longer to do things like that, and I understand that. And you need to understand that too. But if you know, why can't I make $10,000? Like there's no reason I can't make $10,000. If I make X amount of calls per day and I do X, Y, and Z, I have these skills, and then you just raise as you go. Sit with that for a moment. Sit with that and remove that expectation hangover. There is no lost expectations. Like that comes from past. That comes from past pains when you expected something else from somebody and they let you down. And now you don't want to give yourself that same feeling. You can make that mental shift. You can rewire that pattern. And there may have to be some healing that gets done with it. And that is a lot of what we do, like I said, in one-on-one and group. Get that support. You don't want to live like this anymore. You don't want to stay stuck. Wherever you're stuck financially, you don't want to stay stuck, because then you're in this holding pattern, which lowers your vibration. Literally makes you depressed, makes you sad, makes you slow, makes you tired. I know, I've been there. I've been in that place where I'm tired, I don't want to do anything, I'm making my bills per month, but I'm not really spending any money, I'm not really out there enjoying the world and other people's services, and I'm comfortable in my business, and that's fine, whatever. But I'm tired all the time, and I don't know why. It's because you're not living life. You're not living life. You're not contributing to the world at the highest potential that you know you can, and you're not giving back to the world with that money that you've made. And another really cool thing is to write a list of how you'd like to spend your money. Like on my list is things like, I really like to tithe. I like to give money to my church, and I like to do charity and give to charity. I like to spend money on self-development. That's a big one for me. I'm a coach. I love other coaches. I love learning from their programs. People are amazing. I love to go out to eat. I love to go to dinner and experience other people's food. I love food. I love to go to the grocery store. I love to go to farmers markets. I love to spend money in those places. I love clothing. Love to shop, and I love clothing, and I like being generous to my friends. Those are things that are on my list. How would you like to spend your money? Because I think a lot of people get a little nervous about, like, how am I going to spend my money? Am I spending my money in the wrong way? And I also want to mention that you can have whatever you want. If you desire a yacht, get a yacht. There is nothing wrong with wanting a yacht. And then also giving that money to the person that created that yacht. Like, how incredible is that person that they made a yacht and they made a nice luxury yacht? Whatever it is you want. If you love clothes, get clothes. But also don't forget to put money back into your business. Like, to make sure you keep this cycle going of growth. If you just spend money on, like, the material things, there's nothing wrong with the material things. For a while I thought there was, And then I did more research and I came to understand that there's nothing wrong with material things or the people that make the material things. They're creatives, they're artists, they're amazing. And giving money to those things that bring us joy is good. But there's two parts to the story. It's almost like when you're dating and you date the person just because you like their exterior. Oh, they look really physically attractive. But internally, it's empty. Yeah, it's like that. So you spend money on the things that bring you fun, joy, and you can wear and you can enjoy. But also don't forget about the important little internal nitty-gritty things that you need to spend money on, like the self-development, the programs, the expansion of your company, maybe even hiring people, right? And making sure your business internally is like growing. So some people wonder, like, am I spending my money the right way? I'm giving you the blueprint right now. I've done tons of research. I've learned all of this stuff and I'm passing it down to you. So when you have money blocks, it's because you have a bad relationship with money, and I'm trying to help you overcome that. And a big one is, I feel guilty for having money. Money is bad. I'm not worthy of money. And all of those things need to be healed and rewired. And then the behaviors that will reteach your brain that those limiting beliefs are no longer active need to change. You need to shift your behaviors, shift your habits. That means you're getting up early for work, you're working hard, and you're putting more things out there. And like, I also want to say too, you don't need to work really hard to make a lot of money. You don't. You need to contribute, yes, and you need to contribute with a lot of value. When this piece lands, it lands, and it might take you some time to get there. That's fine. This all takes a little bit of time. After this video, you may want to sit and process this. But you don't need to work really hard to make a lot of money. You just need to have your systems in place and your contributions, and you need to be really happy and joyful about the contributions you're giving. And I would love to help you more with this. If you are seeking support in the area of success and money in your business, I would really love to support you. And we could do that through one-on-one or the group mastermind. All that information is going to be in the description, and you can look through my website, check it out, see what it's all about. But in the group program, we work as a group through these blocks. We highly focus on accountability, confidence, and motivation while we work through fear of failure, fear of success, money blocks. The group comes together perfectly. Everyone's always a mirror of each other. If you're meant to be in the group, you'll feel it. You'll feel it. And then one-on-one is more like in-depth attention to your blocks and your patterns that you're running that are keeping you from success and money. And so if either of those are of interest to you, then I want you to check down in the description and sign up for a discovery call, and we can talk about it further. And I would love to help you. I hope this information was helpful, and I do plan to post a bit more on YouTube, so I'll see you guys soon.